Over the last 6 months, we've had a tremendously successful time period where we have drilled high-grade veins and had tremendous results at our Aurora Verde project. We had a very successful drill program at our high-grade copper-gold, our copper-gold porphyry project, and we also were able to make a discovery of a molybdenum porphyry in all of these projects are in the country of Argentina. In addition to that, we've expanded our presence in uranium with the acquisition of 2 projects in Argentina and 1 in the state of Colorado in the United States. The goals for the next 6 months for Portal Resources are to aggressively deploy the $5 million Canadian that we raised in the last 6 months on drill programs. We currently are permitting 4 different projects to be drilled. One is to follow up drilling on our high-grade gold and silver veins at the Aurora Verde in Argentina. The second is to drill the uranium projects in Argentina in the state of Mendoza, and that will be about a 150 drill hole program. In addition to that, on that property, we will follow up and drill on the copper gold project that we made a discovery on this last 6 months as well. And so the 4th project to be drilled is in the United States in Colorado. So I think over the next 6 months we stand a very good chance of being successful at finding additional mineralization on the zones where we're doing follow-up drilling, and we're pretty excited about the projects for new discovery that we are drilling that haven't had drilling done in the past. Well, we're never really happy with the development of the share price. We always believe that we should and can do better for our shareholders. Over the last 6 months, equities in general around the world have been a bit weak, or I should say a good portion of them have. We're in that category, and I think the positive thing about that is that we currently have about 5 million Canadian dollars in the bank. We have a large portfolio of properties that have good potential for world-class discoveries on them. And we feel that we've got approximately 18 to 24 months of good solid exploration in front of us that is well funded in the Treasury. Management are very capable of making discoveries and bringing mines into production as well. So I think our share price will, over the course of time, perform quite nicely. Today is not necessarily important as what we'd like to do over the course of time. So no, I'm not happy with it today. I think we'll do great over the course of time. The stages of the commodity market that we're in currently differ because we have such a spread of commodities, uranium on one end, base metals in the middle, and then precious metals on the other end. On the uranium end, I think we're okay because the long-term projection for development of nuclear power generation around the globe, this isn't just 1 or 2 countries, but around the globe is quite optimistic or quite strong. The current supply-demand, there's 180 million pounds of consumption every year, or of demand, and only 80 million pounds of production. So I think we're okay in the near term. Uranium has moved from $10 a pound to $130 a pound and then back down to about 75 over the last couple of years. But I think anything over 50 will do just fine, and I think in the longer term you'll see it back up over $100 a pound. In the middle part of the spectrum, the base metals commodities that we're looking at, molybdenum and copper specifically, global growth is still fairly strong. I think the United States is becoming less of an important factor on the consumption of metals as it declines from 38% of global GDP, and you have the Asian countries or the developing countries are expanding quite aggressively. I think base metals, there'll be a rocky road, but certainly copper from 350, maybe it goes down to 250. I doubt it will go to $5, but I also don't see it down below $2, which is still historically that's a tremendous price for miners. Molybdenum, much the same way. I think there's a great future for it, and there's not a lot of supply coming on board in any of these commodities. Appreciable production. On the precious metals side, the exciting thing about that is it's currencies, it's basically money. We have had monetary expansion around the globe for the last 20 years, and I just don't see that we're going to go wrong holding gold for a potential hyperinflation scenario in a number of countries, the developed countries. And of course, what happens financially in developed countries spreads to the third world. So I'm very comfortable with gold and silver. I'm very excited about the future of that. The others are, I'm acceptance of a good story, but gold and silver, I'm very excited about. The reasons currently to buy Portal Resources are that, as I stated a little bit earlier, we have $5 million in the bank. We have a good portfolio of properties that cover a wide span of commodities, which that portfolio approach reduces your risk. And in addition to that, all of these projects have mineralization on them, either on surface or at depth. And most of the projects, in our opinion, have a potential for a very, very large discovery. So with a good diverse portfolio, good management team, and well funded, we think the future is pretty bright for the company, and that we would invite you to be a shareholder on that basis.